Hello. So let's start with the first Streamlit app, project number one. Let's create a folder for it and let's just discuss what it is. So project one would be a habit tracker dashboard where you can say we have to build a habit dashboard for a student or working professional where the user, you can say, should be able to first of all view habit completion data, or you can say filter by habit and see the total completion counts, inspect daily completion trends, and you can say view a modern KPI section and experience a slightly customized UI instead of a plain default layout. So we have to utilize the functionalities provided by the Streamlit or some external things in order to make the UI more customizable, much more not related to the default layout which the Streamlit provides. And this project, so let's start with the project, I guess. Yeah. For that, we must require a CSV. Let's create the CSV file, the data basically, which we call it as habits.csv, and it should contain the date, the habit, and when it is completed. So, for example, this one is here. First day, the workout is completed in 1 day, and then it is on the same day, the reading is completed in one. Like completed, I guess, will represent 1 or 0. 0 represents it's a boolean, 0 represents it is not completed, 1 represents it is completed. And on the same day, the activity we can say as meditation and it is not completed, and so on, I guess, for the second day. On second day, the workout is not completed, but meditation is completed. On the third day, reading is not completed, but the meditation is completed. Third, and so on. Let's keep it here only for now. And now let's just start coding the Streamlit application. Let's name it Streamlit or Streamlit.py. It should be inside the project one folder. And now let's start with importing the Streamlit as st, importing the pandas as pd, and we will require the plotly to showcase the plots as px. First of all, we will define the page configuration, and let's set this sets the browser tab, title, icon, and layout, width, etc. So st.set.page.config. The page title would be habit tracker dashboard. The page icon is, let's say, this only, and layout will be white. Okay, let's just set it up and see whether it is running or not. Okay, so if the Streamlit application is not installed in your system, what you can do, first of all, let's create an environment, a virtual environment. Okay, now let's activate that environment. Okay, and now let's say we need to now install the Streamlit application. Not basically the Streamlit framework. Yeah, it's getting installed. Yeah, it is installed, and let's just clear the terminal and see whether it is working or not. Or let's just continue with the application. Streamlit run. What's the name of it? Let's just go into that project one folder. Yeah, Streamlit run. What is it? Streamlit.py. Yeah, let's see how it works. Yeah, currently it doesn't show anything because we haven't coded anything. But yeah, it's verified that it is running. So let's continue with our application. So now the second thing should be custom CSS, we can say, or more modern, you can say. We will continue this later on, but for now, let's just proceed with the next section, which is cache data loading. And then, so it's basically for repeated reruns. We caching the data avoids rereading the CSV every time. That's what we just maintain the data already in the loaded memory. the cache memory so that it doesn't require rereading the CSV every time the app reruns. Okay, so let's just create a function for this. We use the streamlit dot cache data decorator, and we load the data. For the load function, it will take the path as a parameter and return the data frame, and it basically reads CSV. Or for now, let's just read it as it is, and then we take the date. Yeah, it is date, and set it to date time, and then just return the df. Yeah, and let's just load it here only. Load the data. Df load data calling the function, and the file is habits.csv. Yeah, and now let's see the sidebar contents as well. Controls, basically how we'll control the data or how the user might interact with it. We first just add a header to that sidebar. We can say filters, and then it will provide all the habits, which are basically the unique habits which the user has already completed or has planned for in the data, CSV data, and just sort basis of their, like, alphabetically sort them out. And then habits which are selected is, like, we create a multi-select option where the user can choose habits, and then we provide the options as all the habits available, and the default should be all the habits same. Yep, let's just see how it is looking like. Okay, so we have encountered an error. Okay, so what's the error? Unconverted data remains when passing the format, this one, to acquisition point. You might want to try pass it. Okay. Okay. We'll see to this later on. But if we avoid this for now, is there any error again? No, it is working. We have an option where we can deselect it, and we can, for example, we can write W. The workout will be shown. So it's the default functionality which the Streamlit widget provides. This sidebar multi-select. Okay. Now we also have the option to filter the data frame. We provide this option to the user. Filter TF here. It's just basically the filtering using the Python, the pandas operations on the selected habits, and we just create a copy of it so that the original data isn't filtered or modified in any of the ways which we will create in this framework again, later on. So now let's start with the header section. It should basically contain the title, which is health tracker dashboard, then a caption saying clean starter. We can write anything. I'm just writing dashboard with KPIs, filtering, and trend charts. Now the KPI calculations, we'll do it. Let's see what's the progress so far on the UI side. Okay, it's looking like this. Okay, KPI calculations. Total rows, let's calculate it using the length of the filter df, and total completions, or you can say total habits which are completed will be filtered df, and the completed ones, which will return 1, and we sum it out. Zeros will be added, so it doesn't create any weight to it. So all the completed ones will be returned. And let's calculate the completion rate is as total completed by total rows times 100 if total rows are greater than 0. Hence we return only 0. And the next thing should be, let's calculate the best habit, which can be computed by using, first of all, group by habit column, and then check whether it is completed or not. What's the average amount it is having, and we can sort the values in the descending order, and get the first index only. But this will only be the case if the filter data is not empty. Else we return an arbitrary value or this default value. Let's see if there's change. There shouldn't be a change here because this is the backend logic. We haven't updated on the front end yet. Let's do it. Let's display display the KPI in columns. There should be 4 columns. Column 4. Let's say the first column should be and then it should basically be write that is HTML code. basically everything should be same. For all the columns, this should be 4, this should be 3, this should be 2, and here let's just write it should be div, and the class should be here. Then there should be a div with class small label where we just write the heading of it, rows, and we close the div. And similarly, we can name this. We can write the total rows and let the name of the class be big number something, and here total rows should be there. Yeah. A big number, yeah, okay. And here it should be completed counts. It should be total completed. So total completed here should be completion rate, and let's just approximate or round it off to 2 decimal places only. And for this one, we show the best habit, yeah. And let's just print the new line over there only. FAC, it is rendered, yeah, it is rendered correctly. And now let's just proceed with the main analytics section. And let's also have 2 columns, left and right. Let's take out columns 2. With left, we showcase. Let's just add the title over there. Completion rate by habit, you can say. Yeah. And with right, you can say daily completion trend or something. Daily completion trends. Let's just see how it is looking like. Yeah. Okay, let's just add some space over there. Yeah. Yeah. If it is selected, these contents are updating. Yeah. Let's just proceed with the logic over here for the completion rate by habit. Let's just add a logic over here for habit summary. We group the filter data by the habit as index false, and just get the completed values and sum those and sort those values on the basis of the completed column in descending order. That's how we will calculate the habit summary, and then we create a figure using the plotly bar plot. There should be that we will plot the habit summary, and the X label should be the habit, the Y label should be the completed column, the title should be total completions, and the text should be like auto formatting when we'll proceed with increment or decrement in font size and currently it isn't showing because we haven't rendered it. So your chart figure use container with yeah, it shows now. Yeah, let's proceed with the right column now, which should provide the daily summary. Filter.group by date as index false, completed sum.sort value, date, and let's say yeah, it's pretty much done. And then fig line as the line plot. For that, we have to provide the dataset. The X label would be date, the Y would be the completed one. Title, let's give it as daily completion. Markers would be true. And let's just, yeah, it's done. And then let's just render it. Plot the chart, which chart fig line, and use the container, which to true. And let's just end it at the data inspection table, you can say. We'll showcase the table there only. And then data. And let's just provide the data from there only. Filter.df, use container with. And let's just, okay, there's an issue over there too. And It's pretty much done. And let's see how it is looking like. Yeah, there's the data. And this is the daily completions. Okay. Let's just increase the data for now. The fourth day, fifth day. In the fifth day, the meditation was 0, workout 0, reading 1. And the fourth day, let's say, all were completed. Let's see how it looks like now. Let's just rerun it near the cache. Yeah, we hard reloaded, and now it shows the data, it shows the visualizations we require, and now the HTML is reading and so on. So this is the app which is done. However, we are looking for more customizable UI and more modern looking UI. Let's just try what we can do and how we can customize a UI in Streamlit. For that, let's just look over here and see what we can do with the part, which will allow the save HTML. For that, there should be a style column. Oh, sorry, style tags, inside which, first of all, let's touch upon the main class. In that, there should be a background. Let's give it as a linear gradient, 180 degrees something, or a random color. Let's start from 0% and go still 100% with different color. And the text color should be white. And the KPI count should be should have a, let's just see how it looks like. Okay, it isn't showing the updates over there. I guess we have to restart it. Oh, there's an error. Page. Have it done some big balls. True. And here's how to do. Okay, let's just avoid that only and just give it as it was previously. And then for the KPI card, you should have the padding of 18 pixels. Let's say we add the border radius now, which is 18 pixels, and then back it up as a normal color. The opacity of pixel is, and then border should be 1 pixel, orange RGBA 255. And let's say box shadow, and box shadow 8 pixels, 24 pixels, RGBA 000 0.12, let's say. We can increase opacity, and now for the small level. For this, let's just add font size of 0.9 frame, and the color should be, let's say, this one. And then for the big number, let's try to add font size of 2 rem, and the font weight to be 700, and color to be this one. Let's see how it looks like now. It's looking like neat, but the main thing isn't updated. Let's inspect it and see what the main body is like. Yeah, it's termed as with the class st main block intent. Yeah. And now it is updated. We rerun it. And one more thing, we have to remove this as well. Otherwise, when it is deployed, it doesn't look. It doesn't have this sidebar maybe. Let's just remove it. What it says, st.toolbar. Okay. Or background should be completely zero. Or let's just give it 0. Let's see how it looks. Rerun it. Oh, still look like. Let's just see whether it is. We are looking at selecting the right one or not. Better. Yeah. Let's just see how we can update the plot leaf codes as well. Okay, so these are plot containers also, the plot leaf chart. Okay, and this is the full screen frame. This is a printed block. Let's see for the plot leaf chart. And add a color to be, let's say, aqua. Will it change something? Oh. Let's say, does this cause any change? Or no, so let's do it for this one. Background to be black. Okay, also doesn't do anything over here. Fit of color, white. No, nothing. Let's do it for this one. Does it do anything? Okay. Let's just see what we can change it. Okay. Yeah. We just selected the dark theme. It looks much better now. And one more thing we can add. Yeah, now I guess it looks fine. We'll see how we can update it in the later tutorials. Or see how we can update the mode. How we can style our Streamlit apps more. Yeah, thank you.